We're a region of wonderful small towns and communities that, where folks have a lot of pride in where they grew up or where they've chosen to build their families. And, I think this campaign is going to be about us expanding our thinking, but I think more importantly, sharing our thinking, because that's how we're going to grow the region together.
And from a practical standpoint, I've already experienced some success from it. Being a realtor and talking to people, even from across the nation, where they're not literally thinking of just one point. But if we can share the assets of both regions, or the region, should I say, they seem to be more receptive to it.
I'm impressed with this package. Selling the region is the way to go. It really is. It's not individualized at all. We all share the success.
If you look at it kind of like a body with veins, I mean, you can't function. If one part's not running, the rest of the body's not going to work well. So, I mean, that's the way we got to look at our two regions and put them together, is that we're kind of like a body in motion. If your heart's not pumping well, then the brain's not going to work well either.
Because when I look at this, I think, well, we went to that 5K in Spring Hope, that morning, and we're on the western side of Nash County, and then dinner in Tarboro, we're on the eastern side of Edgecombe County, and I didn't really feel like I left home. I didn't feel like I had a date night in Raleigh. I mean, it felt like my area and my home.
I think as a large employer in the region, we have to have our local representatives and state representatives support the entire region, because it is a large economy that supports industry and business in these areas, and it's the employees that come from small communities and small towns all across our region that make us successful. And so focusing on one area or thinking of it as one county or one city or one town is a very siloed view of how we would move into the future.
If we can do this consolidation of assets kind of and presentation of stories that can make us all unique yet part of one total area, it's a great selling opportunity.
I think developing that relationship, understanding the transition between our region and the Raleigh region is very important, and not so much that we look to talk about what's negative in the Raleigh area. Raleigh is a great plus for us. It brings a lot of technology, a lot of industry, a lot of support and assets to our region. It's about talking about how we can benefit employers in this area by providing some things that are unique and characteristic to a small town community that Raleigh's grown to a point they can't offer those things. So it's about growing a larger region, and it's Raleigh looking to us as part of their region. And so I think it's a great concept.
If you look what Raleigh's trying to do now, they're trying to make their community look like a small town. And if you take, for example, like downtown Spring Hope, has all the bones that Raleigh's looking for neighborhoods that they're looking for. Or you take, our main street here that we redid. I mean, all these beautiful buildings that we have is what Raleigh's trying to create. And we already have the bones.
As a 34-year-old with two small children living here, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything that an individual would have living in Raleigh. And if I do feel that way, I get in the car and I'm there in 45 minutes. So our proximity is really great.
Oh, I have a sister who lives in Raleigh, North Raleigh now, and it takes her as long to get downtown to church as it takes me to get to Raleigh.
We have an opportunity, a very unique opportunity, to guide and control it. We have great infrastructure. We have great citizens, a great education base. We have a lot of things to be prideful of.
I think that there are people in Raleigh who really want to get out. And when you can sell them on the fact that I gave myself airs, I really live in Gold Valley. When I can be in downtown Raleigh in 35 minutes and still live in Nash County.
The idea of selling it to Wake County isn't foreign to me. It's what we do every day. We've just never had to back it up a real regional component and marketing materials and campaign. I think this is the part that the community really needs to get behind, because this is where the economic development piece will come from.